I'm Euge Valovirta, and on this one I'm gonna check out Synergy's SYN-50 dual module 50-watt all-tube head with the DRECT module and Friedman's BE BB module. You already heard a snippet of a song I wrote and recorded with both modules. So the left guitar and the solo I recorded while I filmed myself. That was the DRECT. The right rhythm guitar, which did pretty much whole song, you know, minor and major third harmonies, that was with the Friedman's BE channel. So let's listen the song now, and then I'll go through the amp and the same sounds, you know, not in a mix context. And I used a bass super overdrive on both modules in the song, because I can, and I like that. But I will show you how this sounds without ST1 also. Alright, heavy metal. Right, let me play the riffs with the DRECT I used in the song with the bass ST1 in front. And the signal chain is, this is a ESP Mirage Custom from the 80s with EMG 81 and S pickups. Then into the pedal board where I have the ST1 now on. Into the amp, and then into Mesa Boogie's slanted oversized cabinet from 94 with V30s mic'd with SN57 and Royer 121. That's it. Alright, so. yes, I know those solos were from Dimebag and Randy, but no, I did it again because I can. Okay, then let's do the same thing with the Friedman BE module again, bus SD1 in front. And on the Friedman I actually played the harmonies, which went like... and so on, and so on. But so you hear Friedman sounds kind of like Marshall, and DRECT sounds kind of like Mesa Boogie. Okay, let's go back to the Boogie, and let's compare it to my 3-channel rectifier. It's not a multi, but it's from early 2000s. Awesome amp. So first the DRECT, and then the 3rd channel, because I have here the red channel here with the, you know, I guess it's the modern, and then the orange channel, because this is, I think this is based on a Rev C, and the orange channel, which here is the channel 2, and I'm having that on vintage mode. But let's compare the high gain. Let's compare both channels with and without SD. So first with super overdrive, and let's use the Synergy DRECT first. I'm gonna play something different, just some general. Whoops, that's a bit louder. DRECT. You know, they sound like boogies. This is obviously Rev C. The settings are pretty similar on both, but like you hear, this is a bit darker. So the low end is at around 10 o'clock on both. The mids is here 11. Here I have the mids at 10, so this has a bit more mids. The treble is like 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock here. Presence is 1 o'clock, but here I have the presence only 10 o'clock. So this is a bit more brighter and kind of, you know, it hits harder. It has more presence. Call this heresy, but this is probably my favorite of all rectos I've tried. And yes, I played with Rev C, Rev G and Rev F. Obviously these are just personal preferences, but I like the tightness and the fact that I can, you know, make this really bright, almost like a bright Marshall, or then I can have it just like this with the amount of presence that I like. But I think this is great. It does the recto thing nice, and here you have a global density and presence control. So here I have the presence at like 2:30 o'clock and density at 10, which is kind of like your resonance. Let me show you what those does. This adds huge, you know, bottom end and the presence. It adds presence. Okay, now they are actually same. I just dialed a tiny bit more presence and so all of a sudden, so now the real rectifier you know, it's still a little bit not as present. Cool. Let's check them out without overdrive. So obviously I have dialed these now without overdrive. Your, you know, opinions, tastes might be different, but rectifier to me always overdrive. It's just, to me, it's either too flabby or too, you know, not flabby, not enough low end. And I find the best sound and feel when I use overdrive in front of a rectifier, especially bass SD1. So this is how the DRECT sounds without. Yeah, okay, and then this one. Back to the DRECT. Let's try to make this usable without overdrive. I'm gonna crank the presence. Almost crank the treble. Turn the bass almost off. Now it's too much. Again, this is what I was talking about. I mean, now it's okay, it's kind of cool, yeah, but then when I add the SD, the feel changes too, so I like this without the SD. And then there's your where it went. Now we are on kind of like the orange channel. Here I have set the switch to orange, so you can have 2 oranges or 2 reds. Let's compare the orange channel of this one, which is channel 2, me, and the windy shedding. And really similar. Back to the DRECT. The way I use mine, and probably will use this too, kind of single coil, you get this fat sound, because sometimes certain amps can be a bit thin with single coils, but rectifiers definitely not. So this really nice bluesy fat sound with a single coil, which cleans up really well. Then when we add super overdrive, Yeah, that's that. Then let's go to the BE, and since this is kind of like modded plexi, I have a modded plexi here, Jose modded, and yeah, tons of gain. So this one doesn't have anything in front. This works great because Eric Studer from Music's modded this, so whenever I plug into this high gain input, it reduces the low end nicely, so it kind of tightens. The tightening effect of overdrive is kind of built in there. Don't ask me what it did, I don't know. I just know that it works and sounds great. Okay, Friedman, first with SD and then without. Plexi. Friedman. Plexi. You know, they are in the same ballpark. Modded Marshall. Modded Marshall. And without overdrive with a Friedman. Friedman works great without an overdrive. Also, just like my modded Plexi. We have more gain, let's crank the gain. You know. Then the BB, which I think it's based on a Buxom Betty. which is kind of like a clean, semi-dirty, semi-clean amp. Let's add chorus ensemble. Chorus off, really nice clean. Let's crank the gain. Yeah, this kind of vintagey sound, and then there's bright switches and I guess this adds maybe a little bit gain to the thing. Yeah. Conclusion. I've never tried this Synergy stuff before, these modules, but I think they are great. The BE is, I mean, I don't have a BE here. It's been a while since I played with one, but as far as I can remember, it's pretty much like that. With Buxom Betty, I don't think I've ever played. Seems to be a great clean channel, clean sounding amp. Rectifier, you know, I think it says that it's kind of like Rev C, but if my memory serves me well, it's over 10 years since I played with the Rev C, but I remember that it was kind of tight, and the Rev G's, if I remember correctly, were a little bit kind of flabby, and the Rev F's were, because Marcus, our Cyrus other guitar, he has a Rev F. I think that is kind of my favorite of those older ones. To me, this kind of reminds me of a Rev G, so I definitely would use, and I used it on the song with the overdrive in front, and that's just not a bad thing. I mean, I use overdrive in front always with the 5150 and the JCM 800, because that just works. Oh yeah, it says Rev C. Despite the various revisions, the Rev C is what introduced the amp to the world. Or maybe it was Rev D that was really kind of tight one, like kind of like just muddied Marshall. I might be wrong. I'm not a expert when it comes to rectifiers. This is the first one I owned, and I bought this like last year, and I really like it. I think it's great. So yeah, I might remember wrong that maybe the Rev D was the really tight one, but anyway, I like it. It's a good rectifier, really full, and you heard it in the mix. I think it worked out really well, the combination, kind of this fatter, a bit smoother sound on the left side and the lead, and then on the right side was this little bit like Marshall upper mid bite. And since I was playing different things, it separated the guitars even more and made the whole guitar wall even wider, because they're quite a different amps or modules. So I suggest, if you have a chance, try this out. And honestly, if I wouldn't have all these amps, if I would just about to get a tube amp, I would really consider this. Because, you buy this one, this is a 606, tubes, there's effect loops and whatnots. I think these modules are around $400. So then I could you know, have a rectifier or Sodano. They have all kinds of models, the Y signature, Überschall, whatnots. And these are real tube amps, tube preamps. There's tube preamp tubes in all modules, if I understood right. Thanks again to Musics for letting me borrow this. I'll put links to the description below to Musics site, where you can buy this actual amp, because I'm going to return this. And then I'll put the link to the Synergies site, so you could get more info. So I don't have any affiliation with Synergy or whatever. I just was interested to try this out, and because some of you have asked me what do I think about this, and now you know at least what I think about these too. Great stuff. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care. Bye.